Hello dear students, welcome to Devika's Commerce and Management Academy. Last class we have seen about what is warehouse and types of warehouses. Today we will see operating functions of warehouse. Operating functions means which are to be exhibited properly and without any disturbance. The customer should feel happy and also client should feel happy. If the client is happy, we'll have permanent customer. If the customer is happy, client will be happy. Everything is interlinked, right? So let's focus on the functions. Mainly the functions of operating warehouse is two types. Before going to that, let's understand what is operating functions. The goal of warehouse operations, what is the goal of warehousing operations, is to satisfy customer needs and requirements while utilizing space, equipment and labor effectively. The customer means who is nothing but the client only. He should be happy for using these warehouses. For what? For his needs and requirements while utilizing either space, equipment and labor effectively. Both three things should be effectively utilized, and at the end of the day the customer means client should feel happy. So that is the main goal of warehouse operations. Functions. What are the functions of this warehouse operations? Functions are divided into mainly two parts. One is inventory holding or storage functions. Inventory holding and storage point of view. Okay. Total 4 functions are there. So this is mainly concerned with the accumulated inventory. Inventory is accumulated at warehouse. Okay. So this is focusing on the accumulated inventory over a specific period, over a specific 1 year or 2 years, 6 months, some period I have stored some goods. So this is related to that functions. That is why we say inventory holding or inventory storage functions. How many functions are there under this inventory holding or storage functions? 4 functions are there. First one is holding. Holding means this is mainly focusing on the proper storage of all the goods. So proper arrangements of goods, where to store, how much to store, and proper space is given or not, proper facilities are given or not, focusing on that particular area only. That is, we say it as a proper arrangements of goods. Here you have to focus on the different types of warehouses. Different types of warehouses are there, but which one is comfortable for us as per the requirement? We need some kind of requirement, we are expecting some kind of particular function. So according to that you choose that kind of warehouse, so that will give you the expected results as per your need. Okay. So that's about the holding function. Store it properly and there should not be any kind of disturbances and proper arrangements should be made. So this is the main function of the inventory holding or storage. Okay. Holding. Then after that second point comes to consolidation. Holding function is mainly, it is focusing on the temporary. Temporary you will be focusing on how I am storing it. Okay. Once if you focus on that, that's a temporary activity. Then after that focus on the long term activity. Long term activity is consolidation. This is temporary and consolidation is the long term activity. So this is related to the long term storage. And here you have to remember one important point, that is cross docks or pool points. Cross docks or pool points means this storage is only for temporary period, 24 hours only. Example, 24 hours. Most of the companies, they don't want to keep their goods for long period in the warehouse. In such cases you can go for cross docks or pool points are there. It means they'll give you a facility to keep your goods only for temporary period, like 24 hours. 24 hours for inbound and outbound, whether it is inside of warehouse or outside of warehouse, until it reaches to the company or the client. So till that period. So this period will be very short period. Very short period. They don't want much time to store these goods. In such cases you can go for cross docks or pool points, they say, temporary period. So this is about the consolidation function. And third function comes to break bulk. Break bulk means quantity ordered is less. This function is going to work out where the quantity is very less. Very less quantity I am ordering, and also this is distance is more between the producer and the customer. Quantity is less, ordered quantity less, and distance is more in producer and customers. Distance is more. From one place to another place, long distance is there. Any of such cases, we are focusing on the break bulk. Break bulk means we are not going to release all the goods at a time. Say I have stored 1000 goods in one warehouse, where the distance is more and quantity is very less required. So bulk wise. So break the bulk and then transport the goods from one place to another place. This function we call it as a break bulk. Now right now out of 1000 goods I want only 100 goods. 100 goods I have ordered, that will be transferred. Rest of the 900 goods are stored easily, comfortably. We have nothing to do with this 900 goods, right? So any of such cases you can follow this function, that is break bulk. Don't deliver all the goods at a time. As per the requirement, stage wise or part wise you can send it. 10 times I want to send these goods, 1000 goods are there, 100, like 10 times I want to transfer. The rest of the times it is stored comfortably, right? So that is break bulk function. It is related to the inventory holding or storage. Last one is mixing function. Mixing function is like, all the customers are not going to depend on one production, one stock, one goods. Suppose say in market, I'll give you example here. In market you will find producer A, P, producer Q, producer R, PQR. 3 producers means 3 producers are producing different types of products, right? R. These 3 are the producers. Now producers are producing one type of goods. Suppose say P is producing product 1 and he is producing product 2, R is producing product 3. Customer does not want only product 1, he wants 1 and 2. So you can mix all these products, that is called as mixing point. There is a mixing point which is going to add all the products, and whatever customer expects, that products you are going to deliver it. Okay, mixing point you can fix it. Now at this mixing point, if customer A is expecting product 1 and 2, this is mixed here, 1 and 2 by customer A. So this is mixing here, 1 and 2 I am sending it. Like there are many products, sometimes it may be 4, 5, 6, like many products are there. Whatever customer is expecting, according to that we are mixing and sending it to me. At the warehouse only it is mixing. It is quite easy. Customer is happy and we don't have much problems, because all the clients P, Q, R, S, T, all these people are very happy because their product is mixed with another product. Customer is comfortable. So in that way, in the same way, customer B want 5 and 1 product. 5 and 1 product. So this can be mixed over there. And a customer C is expecting 3 and 1. So like mixing function is very important. This is the 4th one. Total how many functions we have discussed? Under the inventory holding or storage functions, 4 are there. Holding means just focusing on the proper arrangements are done or not. Okay. Second one is consolidation. It is for the long term storage. Whenever you wanted to store the goods for temporary period, then you have to remember that cross docks or pool points. That's the place where you can store the goods inbound, outbound. Both the activities can be done within 24 hours. This is about the consolidation. Third one is break bulk. Break bulk means we are not ordering all the goods at a time. We want goods only point by point. Quantity, less quantity we want. As I gave you example, out of 1000 we wanted to order only 100 only. The rest of the goods slowly we can. And last one is mixing point, as I explained. Clear na this one? So this is mixing point. 4 functions comes under the inventory holding or storage functions. Second major function is material handling. This is storing. This is material handling. Material handling point of view, we have sub functions of 3. One is unit load handling. Unit load handling means here all the goods are separately to be handled. Unit wise you have to handle it. If you store the goods in bulk quantity and also you are using a very big tins or otherwise containers which is occupying lots of space, then it is not going to solve the purpose. For that purpose, unit load handling you have to be careful. So here what you are going to focus on design of containers, packages and drums used. How you are storing it, how you are transferring it. So this design, sometimes the design may be occupying lots of space. Rather than that, you can reduce it to short way. In that way you can do. And packages, how you are going for the packing. Packing is sometimes it will take lots of space and also wastage of transportation that you focus. And drums, what you are using to transfer from one place to another place. All these areas you have to focus, and also avoid material damage here in this function only, because material you are handling, right? When you are handling material, avoid material damage and reduce handling expenses. This makes a lot of difference of operating expenses. So damage no, and also handling expense also try to minimize it at this unit load handling. And second thing comes to proper placement of equipment. Properly you have to place this equipment, then it will be safe and no problem at all, or purpose will be solved. At this level you have to remember one thing, that is minimize the distance travelled by the material. You can store it properly. If the travelling space is less, nearby area, suppose say in Mumbai we have warehouse. Mumbai many places are there, and place A, B, C, D, like that many places if we keep it, then what happens, our travelling space can be reduced, right? So that's minimize the distance of travel by the material, and also think about the production time, wastage and delay of production. All these things you have to think it, you have to minimize it. So that will be useful at the second point. And last one is that proper selection of material handling devices. When you are handling this material, you have to choose the proper selection. You have to go for, like, rather than manual handling, sometimes most of the time we will be using the traditional methods. Why do we go for traditional methods? When we have new methods, new equipment, new technologies there, go for that. That is what we are saying in the manual handling to mechanical system. Okay? Better always, because it is less expensive and safety also, time consuming. Many advantages are there. So proper selection. And also you have to remember, when you are selecting any method of storage, any method of handling the material, periodic checks. Just you have stored, it does not mean that you can ignore it. Go for periodic checks, and also repairs and maintenance. If something is required, focus on that. You need to be very careful. So this is about material handling functions. What are the material handling functions? Unit load handling. Okay? And proper placement equipment and proper selection of material handling devices. 3 things. Am I clear? Important concept. And see you in the next video with another interesting topic related to the supply chain management. Also, please do mention what kind of subjects you are expecting. There are many subjects already covered in our channel. Check out the playlist. If anything is required, do mention it. Don't forget to share these videos. Good luck.